Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Got you.
Hi. Oh, yay. Hi, everyone, and happy Monday. Happy Monday. I am not going to lie. I am coming into this Monday ready. It's not my normal jam. I'm a little slow to go. And if you guys do follow me on Instagram, I'm asking all sorts of questions around in-person events because I actually, for the first time in what feels like ever, got together with some girlfriends over the weekend. No momming, no cleaning, no wifing, no responsibilities, and my cup runneth over. And so I hope you guys are ready for some pow pow with this audit because you know, I've already meditated, I've already walked my dog, I've already had the caffeine, so I might be coming in a little hot. While we wait for people to join, I love me nothing more than a connection between fellow nonprofit leaders and fundraisers. So please tell me in the chat, who are you, where are you, and what is your nonprofit? Let's add a fourth. What's your Instagram handle? Because I think that, what is the saying? Imitation is the best form of flattery. None of this needs to be created from scratch. And so, if you guys are watching other nonprofits and seeing, oh, that's a cool topic they're talking about, or that was a thoughtful post, or I like the way that graphic talked about whatever they're trying to do, go ahead, do it too. Oh my gosh, Isabella and Irvine. That's right. I forget you're so close. Okay, yeah, type away, and we're just gonna give it like one more minute because I want to try and keep this tight. Aaron, you're close by. How do I say that? Is that Olasteo or?
I mean, Olastio, that's what my intent was, but we have 70% Latinx students, and everybody's saying Olasteo.
Okay,
But it sounds cool. We'll figure
yeah.
it out one day.
Okay, what do you guys do?
Our mission is to create experiences that empower students to serve as catalysts for social impact. It's a handful for saying we took a bunch of kids from the Watts neighborhood of LA on trips, like culturally enriching trips, transitioned to the virtual world. Now we're trying to get back.
Okay. When you say enriching trips, see, this is, sorry, I can't be stopped. Is that to like Washington, D.C.? Is that to the beach?
DC became our flagship trip. Before that, it was Poland, actually, going with the Holocaust
Wow.
survivor over to Auschwitz. And now we're doing
Wow.
like local, what we call experiences. So we're going to start a local excursion thing. And we were doing virtual experiences where we were bringing like the food and the gifts and the experience to them via Zoom with speakers and physically by doing deliveries and things like that to keep us afloat.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to go follow you guys. We've got Kelly from Washington, D.C. We've got Sarah. We've got Marissa and Irvine as well. Marissa, why did I think you were like not in Irvine? That's good to know. All of us SoCal people are gonna need to meet up in person if we're comfortable with that. Okay, we've got Melbourne, Florida, not to be confused with Australia. We've got New York. Oh my gosh, a Mission Viejo. What is this? All you guys local to me. I love that. I didn't realize. I put a poll if you guys came to me by way of the summit last week, I think, and was like, where is everyone? And the most people said the Midwest. So I was like, where are my SoCal people at? And I guess you just wanted to come to this Zoom call instead. Okay, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you haven't put your information in, I recommend that you do because, like I said, I think following other nonprofits is a smart idea. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jess Campbell. I'm the founder of Out in the Boons. I'm a small shop that helps nonprofits to raise more money in person and online. And I am, what do they call me? A geriatric millennial. I'm like one of the oldest millennials possible. And my preferred platform is Instagram. And I know that I'm only bringing up that relevance because I'm at a point where if I hear of a new restaurant, if I hear of a new nonprofit, if I hear about some health, wellness, cleanse, I actually go search Instagram before I even go to Google. And so I bring that up because I think that there's a real opportunity for nonprofits to use Instagram as a lead generator, as a marketing tool. But what I'm surprised about whenever I follow nonprofits is how with a few tweaks, it could be so much better and people would be so much more likely to follow. And so we have some brave souls. Some of them are live on the call, who submitted their profiles to be audited. And we are just going to go through. I have barely looked at these. So all of this is my like real authentic feedback. And so with that, do we have any questions before we begin? No? Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Let's go here. Can you guys see my screen? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Okay, I'm just going to switch this to present mode. Let's see if it cooperates. Oops, present. Oh, we good? Oh. Okay, can you everyone can see this, right? Because of the way I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to do this. So I'm like, okay, I will come and check at the chat. So if you guys have questions as I'm saying something, put it in the chat. I will come back in between audits to do that and then to answer any questions. And then I promise I will do a little Q&A at the end. Okay, so first up, we have LCF Orlando, Lighthouse Central, Florida. Number one, what I really, well, without knowing if they're on the call, I'm assuming this image over here is their logo. If that is, I personally, like, I'm going to say 80% of the time recommend you all put your logo in your profile picture, unless you are a nonprofit that is really tied to like one specific person. For example, there's a nonprofit I support. They're called Ruby's Rainbow. They were started in honor of Ruby, who is the second daughter of a family, and she has Down syndrome. And the organization is all about raising money to provide scholarships for people with Down syndrome. And so it's called Ruby's Rainbow. Ruby's very much the face of Ruby's Rainbow. So like having Ruby's face in the profile picture makes sense. That being said, I wouldn't have like a random picture of like volunteers or anything like that. That's what I'm saying, like 80% of the time I recommend putting your profile picture there. I don't know if this is their profile picture or not, but if it is, great. Okay, so then we have the name, which is right there, clear as day. Love that. And then it says promoting the independence and success of people living with slight impairment since 1976. Okay, this is what happens all the time when I see this. I don't know what promoting the independence and success of people living, I don't know what that means. That is very inside baseball. What I want you to say is what you do. So is that promoting the independence and success of people through jobs? Is that you getting them into trades? Or is that you partnering them with volunteers so that they can learn independence? Like, I don't know what this like independence and success of people is, but I want you to say specifically, like you were talking to a third grader, what it is you do. The next, it says, see what's possible. I'm hoping that that is like a kind of slogan this organization uses on the regular. If it's not, I would remove that. What I would rather see is a call to action here. So I can see the link connects to a YouTube channel or a YouTube video. So I would rather if see what's possible isn't like a really mainstream thing within your marketing at your nonprofit. I would rather see you say, watch the story of Sam and his volunteer here, and then like put an arrow or a finger point down. So people know what it is you want them to go watch, because right now it's just like this link that doesn't say what they're going to do when they go click it. Okay, I'm just gonna see where is my chat, because I just want to make sure. Hi. I don't see any questions yet. How are we doing so far? Everyone following along so far? We good? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, next we have Miles for Migraine. So first of all, I love this logo because it's got the name in it. It's got a little brain, which we associate with migraines, but this little brain has like sunglasses on, and you can kind of see it walking. Like, it both visually and spells out like what it is. So it's very clear what they do. Next, it says their name straight away right here, as well as right here. It mimics that. Super good. Then it says silencing migraine stigma by creating patient participatory events. Miles for Migraine. And then there's this link. So like the last one, this one is a little bit more clear, silencing my migraine stigma by creating patient participatory events. Patient participatory events could be so many things. And because this organization, I can just tell, has some character count to play with, I would say specifically what patient participatory events are. I would also add a call to action. So want to get involved in our next event, want to sign up for whatever, want to, I don't know what your call of action specifically is, but I would say what that is and then direct people to this link. You guys can also play around with it. We'll see a couple other examples, but like, don't be afraid to use emojis, or like Miles for Migraine is very, Miles for Migraine. So you can put in hashtags. So this is all good. And then you can see here that they've got a lot of highlights, which just is going to give people more things to check out if they're investigating. Okay, I did see some chats. Let's see. Oh, I will come back, Amelia, to how do I feel about Linktree. I will come back to that because I have a strong opinion. Okay, going to Lyft, Louisiana. Not to be confused with Lyft, the other organization that I used to work for. This is a different one. But I Lyft here, Lyft Louisiana, awesome. My first thought is Lyft Louisiana. I wonder if you have a version of your logo that is in color. Meaning, like, do you have a version of this that is like blue and red or yellow and green? Or, sometimes you have your logos in black and white, but then you also have them in a different color, your branding colors or something. And I only say that for you guys because if you check this out, like the background is so similar that this isn't really like standing out super against the contrast of just like Instagram's back page. So if you have something that you could switch this logo with something with a little bit more color, something that's going to be a little bit more pow or something, I would do that. Next, it says educating, advocating, and litigating on behalf of Louisiana's women and their families. Okay, I actually think that this is really clear. I think that there is room to add more because you definitely have more space. And I would advocate for you guys using as much of that 150 character count as you possibly can. So for example, how many women are you guys serving per year? I'm not sure if you guys, I don't know exactly like what category of women you guys are educating, advocating, and litigating on. So is it single Black mothers? Is it women of all kind? Is it immigrants? Like the more specifics you can give around what type of Louisiana women are, or how many, if you can like throw some impact in here in terms of numbers. The main thing I think you need to set like for everyone is you want to be as specific as possible. If you have 10 seconds, someone's going to give you to come to your page. they're wanting to know who it is and what it is you do fast. And so if you have these like, you know, inspiring, you know, kind of very 30-foot, 1,000 views, it's just hard to distill that for someone's brain in 10 seconds. So just spell it out really clearly. And I really believe in using numbers and data. Same like the last couple of ones, there's just this link popped in here where I think that there's a real opportunity for you to make a call to action. So again, is it you know, is it join our mailing list to hear stories of Louisiana's women? Is it attend this State of the Hall union with our executive director on June 30th? Is it you know, looking for pro bono lawyers? Like, what is it? Say it and then direct people to that link. Okay, I know I'm kind of going fast here, but I want us to keep going. Okay, so next we have Club Esteem. And again, I'm hoping this is your all's logo. I'm guessing it is because it kind of matches the colors down here. Um, for for the organizations, especially those listening in who are on the smaller side, you know, you're not Charity Water, you're not, you know, the Heart Association, like you're not, maybe your logo isn't like a household name yet. If you have a logo that maybe says your name, kind of like the Miles for Migraine, I would consider doing that. If you don't have it, it's fine. But you know, this logo, upon just seeing it, could be so many things to so many people, where if you had your name, it would be like boom, clear. Okay, it says we are a nonprofit organization inspiring first through 12th grade under-resourced kids to embrace academic excellence and dream big. Okay, this is an example of what I see a lot of times. So remember, you have 150 characters. That's it. You need to use them wisely. I don't think you guys need to use any kind of information sharing about being a nonprofit organization, you're a 501c3, that I would remove because, and it doesn't show it here because this is a screenshot from my computer, but on every single Instagram profile, it says business account, nonprofit organization, influencer. Like it says what you are already because you've categorized it. So there's no reason to like say this again. Next, you say inspiring first through 12th grade under-resourced kids to embrace academic excellence and dream big. So I really like this first through 12th grade under-resourced kids because it's specific, but then this embrace academic excellence and dream big. That can be so many things to so many people. So is it your an after school program? Are you tutoring? Are you a magnet program? Do you focus on STEM or STEAM? Is your goal for them to go to college? Is your goal for them to go to a trade school? Like say exactly what it is you do. And be, like I keep saying, this clear as day thing, but leave no room for the imagination. Just say what it is you do. You know how sometimes actually, and I can do this sometimes too, you say your mission to people and then you're like, but what that translates to is ba 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 ba. Like, don't say the mission part, just say what the translate part is. Just spell it out like, again, you're talking to like a second or third grader. And then right here you say support our mission. It is unlikely that someone is going to come to your profile for the first time and just donate. I would say that the percentage of times that happens is very small. Why? Because donors, like buyers in the for-profit world, require some sort of know, like, and trust factor. And then they also just require this like lead up period. So if you want people just to get to know you, I would change this support our mission to ask them to participate in something else. So again, it's like, read this story, check out this blog post, come attend this free event, um, you know, follow this link to do something, visit our website and read this article, or like check out this annual report. Like support our mission is too big. You know, people aren't going to just come out and just support your mission upon a first, you know, interaction. So I would just try and make the support our mission part a little bit stronger. Actually, how are we doing? I'm actually just going to stop the screen share for a second before we finish our last ones. I know I'm going really fast. Am I like, is this too fast? Are you guys, how are you doing? Getting some thumbs up? Okay, are these real examples helpful? You're seeing what I'm talking about in terms of like specificity? Okay, great, great, great. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I think we have like 2 or 3 more, and then I'll come back and answer questions, okay? Okay, and again, can we just also, before I share my screen, can we just like give a round of applause for all these brave people who offered their Instagram profiles? I know it's not easy to get feedback, you know, but you know, people pay consultants like me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do this for them or get feedback like this. And so bravo to you for being super duper brave and throwing yourself out there so everyone can learn from you. Way to go on this Monday. Okay, back to sharing my screen. Let's see if this will do this. Okay, groovy. Okay, here we are with my own 2 hands. They just changed their logo. And I think it's a beautiful logo. Again, for me, like if I think in the With My Own 2 Hands community, this is more familiar, but especially because you all just did a rebrand, I'm also wondering if like including With My Own 2 Hands somewhere in this profile logo might be helpful. Just as like people familiarize themselves with your new branding, because you guys have been around for a minute now, and I'm thinking that there's a good chunk of people that, you know, didn't catch that email or didn't notice you guys changed. And so then they might come across this and just be just like, I don't even know who they are, when really they do. So I would just maybe consider adding the words With My Own 2 Hands within your logo, so when people are scrolling, they just might see it. Um, oh, this is a really great organization, or I mean, example. Okay, so see what I mean? See is how it says With My Own 2 Hands right here, and then it says nonprofit organization. So I'm wondering if the ones that didn't have this, which I think is all of them, maybe you guys haven't clicked that categorization and you need to go and do that. So if you go into your profile settings, you should be able to click that you're a nonprofit organization. So you don't need to put it in your 150 word character count. Does that make sense? I can, after I share my screen, I can like tell you exactly where to go. You say we create a more equitable world through water and agriculture. Get involved below. Okay, so I would definitely, you have more room to add. I would definitely, for me, I want to know like some more data, like through, I know, and I know what you guys do, so I'm trying to like answer this as someone with fresh eyes. Um, because I think like even a more equitable world can mean, again, so many things to so many people. Are you guys trying to give people higher incomes and wages? Are you trying to make the world more equitable, specifically for like women and girls who, you know, aren't having to go find water, so they have time to go to school? How much water? What agriculture? Is that like backyard farming? Is that like greenhouses? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the more you people can read your words and like have a visual picture in their head, the better. Here you say get involved below, which is, I would say, like a 50% invitation. If there's something more specific you want them to do, I would ask them to do it. So for example, I know this organization hosts like documentary and film festival. You have a ton of stories, you've got amazing pictures. I would invite people like read our blog on, you know, so and so Sandra below, or, you know, tap to watch this video of our newest water well, or whatever. Um, that's what I would recommend, just a little bit like stronger call to action. Okay, let's go next. Okay, here we go. We've got our next one. This is Love Caranza. I hope I'm saying that right. And I love, love, love that they are using emojis. I think this is the first one we've seen with emojis. And what I love about emojis is like they bring the fun back to fundraising a little bit. They break up the text with, visually. And they can often like say 10 or 15 words in just one little emoji. So you can get more bang for your buck since there is that character limit, right? So the first one here, a pencil, we associate pencils with education, and it says Girls Education Nonprofit in Mozambique. Then it says providing scholarships to 200 plus girls and counting. So I love that. So the second line associates with the first line, but then it shares what impact they're providing. And then it says join the I stand for girls movement, link below. I don't really know if join I stands for girl movement is like join our email list, just like join our community. But again, I would just say that if there's something specific you want to draw people towards, that will then get them in that warm up phase. So for example, like maybe your goal is really you want people to join your email list, because if they're on your email list, they'll be in touch with you more. They're more likely to convert when you do a campaign. They'll get your information regularly, but you don't want to say like join our email list, because I don't know one person on the face of this earth that's trying to get on more email lists, right? But what if you said like something like, you know, and you guys share stories all the time, so I'm struggling to come up with a name, but like read X person's story. And to get to that story, they had to pop in their email address. Um, and you can change this call to action. Like I change mine almost every single time I have something I want people to do, like on a weekly basis. So if I have a new blog post out, I'm like, the call to action is something around, read the 7 steps to like sprucing up your Instagram profile. Click here versus catch the replay of the Instagram audits. Check here. I mean, what does mine say right now? I'll just look for you guys. It says grab your free fundraising resources, and then it's a direct link to all of my free templates and freebies. And so you can change this call to action as many times as you want, all the time, whenever you have something new for people to do. But otherwise, I would say that this is a really great example. In terms of the logo, it's on brand for them. You can see it's a heart with Africa, with a little special heart right where Mozambique, I'm assuming, is. And again, like I could see maybe somewhere right here, like you guys adding in your actual name. So in case people just came across this randomly, they might be like, I don't know what that heart is. But I think it's also, it is your logo. So it's all good. Okay, next we have We Are Her Village. Here they have the nonprofit organization categorization. I love that there's this logo plus the name in their logo, super duper clear. And then they write breaking the cycle of poverty so mama can thrive. Essential items and resources for New York City mamas. Be the village and support our work. And there's some emojis. Okay, so what I really like is breaking the cycle of poverty so mamas can thrive. So that is a little that can again mean so many things to so many organizations. I've worked at some of them that means financial literacy, others that means bridging the financial gap, others that's setting up 529 accounts for their kids' college education. So I would just maybe say what it is you all do to break that cycle of poverty. What do you provide? Is it essential items? Is it education and training? Is it direct financial support? I know you say here essential items and resources, but like, again, that could be so many things. I do love that you guys specify like you help moms in New York City, not moms in Sacramento, not moms in Denver, but moms in New York City. And I think that that's really great. So if you're an organization that's super duper local, I think you should say that, because you're not trying to like go all over the world. You are doing something for a specific community, and there are supporters out there that want to support locally, or like maybe locally is not the right word, but they want to support or like keep their money in their own community. So saying that's really great. Be the village and support our work. I think because you guys are a village, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, kind of thing, like that language, be the village, is great. But like, again, it's support our work. What does that mean? Where do you want people to go? What do you want them to do? I think if you just make that a little bit more specific, or stronger, you would get more people to actually click on that link. Sorry. Let me see, is that it? Okay, I think that that's it. How are we doing? Good. Okay, what questions do we have? We're already at 30 minutes. I want to be mindful of y'all's time. So maybe we'll go for like 5 or 10 minutes. I can start talking about the link tree thing, if that would be helpful. How many of you guys use that? 1, 2, a couple of you guys. Okay. So I think for a quick fix, like any of those link trees or, you know, whatever the other one is, it's tap bio. Yeah. All those things. Like it's super duper easy. I actually have on my list of things to do, to teach you guys all how to create a version of that on your own website as a hidden page. Because what happens, unfortunately, when you click those link tree links or whatever, all of the data, all of the Google Analytics, all of the everything goes to Linktree, not to you. And I know that that's like an extra step for all you nonprofits to do, but it is possible. And I'm so sorry, my dog is being the world's most annoying. So let me just open my door. So I have a 2-part answer. It's fine for now, like do that rather than nothing, or don't be afraid to have a link to something directly on your website. One blog post, one story, one feature, one event invite, one sign up link, like, you know, or just your website, you know, like don't be afraid, because what is that, like information paralysis? You know, sometimes I see these link trees with like 15 things on them and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not going to click anything. So I just exit. So don't be afraid to just have a direct, specific call to action to one thing. That being said, when you have a summer intern who's maybe really familiar with doing Squarespace back end, if that's what you host your website on or something, or WordPress, you can create a hidden page to your website that is your website with like links to click on. And that's what you put in your profile. So that way, all that analytical information is coming to you directly and not these outside people. But that maybe is for a different day if that's not like, you know, in your wheelhouse of how to do it. So does that answer your guys' question on how I feel about Linktree and other things? Cool. Would it be helpful if I did like a blog post or a tutorial on how to set that up on the back end of a website? Because trust me, if I can figure it out, I can teach you all how to figure it out. Yeah. What else? What other questions do you guys have? Does anyone want to like, if you didn't submit yours and you're like, I feel like I'm specific, Jess, is this specific? And want to get my advice before we hop off? You can also always like DM me if you make an update to your Instagram profile, and I will go tell you like thumbs up, thumbs down. It's getting stronger, but we're not all the way there. You know, I'm happy to do that for you guys too. Yes. Okay, the last example you gave seems to have done that hidden page with links instead of Linktree. Awesome. Great, Rochelle. Thanks for looking at that for me. Amelia, yes. Okay, frequency of posts and stories. So, I think you'll probably get different answers from different people. I also want to say, like, of all the areas, I didn't ask you guys actually at the beginning of the call, which of you are like founders and executive directors, for like maybe you're the social media person, right? If you are like a 1 or 2 person team, you're the founder of the executive director. I think you should be spending 5% of your time on social media. And so when you talk about frequency and posts, it's different depending on your positions, right? That being said, I think letting your post, what I call breathe, is really important. So I see sometimes posting on Instagram multiple times a day. And what you do every single time you post is you're effectively telling the algorithm that you're done with the old post. So it will effectively stop showing that post to your audience. So what I like to do is post on, I try to do either Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday. And I like to give like a good 24 to 48 hours in between. That being said, I try to do some sort of story every 24 hours. On the weekends, I cool it a little bit. I try to come back Sunday night a little bit. But I do some version of stories, whether that's resharing stories, whether that's me getting face to cam. For all you nonprofit leaders on the call, founders or executive directors, showing your face is going to attract more people. It is going to build more likability, which is very highly underestimated in this field. And I encourage you to show your face. As a self-proclaimed introvert, I know it can be uncomfortable at the beginning. It does get easier. But don't be afraid to show people, the humans behind the work. And I don't mean humans in terms of the folks you serve. I mean like your staff, your board members, your volunteers, yourself. Even if it's like 10 seconds, here's what we're doing today, or here's what we're packing up this week, or we're hosting this free event this week. Come, like, instead of just doing text, show your face and invite people. Was that helpful in terms of frequency? Okay. That being said, like, if you have a dedicated social media staff person or consultant, like, for them to post 5 days a week, go for it. Like, that's not you spending your time doing that. That's their time. So use them. Yeah. The Instagram profile logo thing. So it's okay to just have the logo mark at times, or do you always prefer that we have the full name org logo? It really, I mean, it depends. Like, if you're an organization that's super just like in your community and people know your logo and your logo only, that is absolutely fine. And I would say that is better than just like a random person's face, right? But if you are trying to build your reach and your logo is not going to be familiar to anyone, I think adding the text part of your name so people can like get like a 1-2 punch, because different people process information differently. Some people are super visual, some people are more analytical. And so if people don't know that like that is your logo, but they've heard of you, they're going to just kind of skip over you versus someone who might, or the opposite. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like I kind of have like a personal brand. People work with me because I'm a nonprofit coach consultant, unlike a lot of other ones out there. And I have a certain style and a certain way, right? So I show my face all the time versus my logo. If I was maybe more of like an agency, where there was a lot of people working under the brand, I would probably have my logo and not my face. But like I am my brand, so that's why I have a face picture and not like out in the boons written next to it. Okay, I'm putting it on my calendar to overhaul our profile later this week. Okay, yeah, and baby steps, it doesn't, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm always changing mine. Like, you don't have to set it and like never touch it again. It doesn't need cobwebs. So as new information comes, or like maybe you get some new data, like you've served so many students, or you've helped so many mothers, or you've saved so many trees, like you can update your profile literally as much as you want. There's no time out on that. Okay. Oh, good. You might switch it out. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, any last questions? I'm not kidding. I don't know if you guys do or don't follow me, because I know I didn't really even share this on my Instagram. I just shared it over my email list. So that's my handle. I'm not kidding. Don't be shy. If you are updating yours and you are like, you want, like teacher style, like just check out my work. In fact, I have to read you this. I was with my girlfriends all weekend, like I was telling you, and someone said, behind every strong woman is 5 other strong women who proofread her email real quick when they had a second. So like, let me be your good girlfriend. Okay. So I want to like proofread your Instagram profiles and give you a thumbs up, thumbs down. Or like you're on your way, but tweak this one more thing. Okay. Is the nonprofit stative repetitive? Let me look really quick, Christy. Let me see. Guide line. I'm gonna follow you. Yes, it is. Remove Christian nonprofit. You already say that you're a religious organization. Yeah. Yes. I don't think any organization needs to say that they're a nonprofit or 501c3. There is more effective words to use to tell people what you do. Okay. Is that helpful? Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign you off for this Monday. I can't wait to follow you on Instagram and follow all the good work that you all are doing. I could have hours of conversation around Instagram around how to gain more followers, be engaging. And if that's interesting, I can follow up about that. But for now, let's just clean up those profiles so when people come to your page, they know what you do and they can decide if they want to follow. All right. Okay, you guys, have a great day. Thanks for being here on a Monday. See ya.